Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gavin Presents. I hope everybody is doing blessed on this beautiful hump day we have here. I'm enjoying my time in Cincinnati, Ohio right now, um, just to see my family. I wanted to talk about something that I saw today. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but Morgan Freeman is now being accused of sexual harassment allegations. They're claiming over 8 women have complained about his behavior. Uh, like I said earlier, guys, it seems like it's open season. They're getting rid of all of the old Negroes, too. Bill Cosby was first. Now they're coming after Morgan. Pretty soon, Samuel Jackson, Denzel, y'all better watch out. Lawrence Fishburne, y'all better watch out. It's like I'm just seeing time and time again, people are coming forward accusing someone of something and they have no proof of it. This age of the Me Too movement and Time's Up, I find it to be nothing but, and I'm not saying that there aren't legitimate gripes about sexual assault and harassment or rape of those things. Certainly there are, but I don't believe in, I never believe in convicting someone without proof. I think that we all have to respect that. We live in a country where people are presumed innocent until proven guilty, and there should be evidence of that. But specifically when it relates to Morgan Freeman, I was just reading and listening to what the reporters were saying, and the person who wrote the report on CNN through headline news, she claims he said something inappropriate and showed a video where she talked about being pregnant. Now, keep in mind, they only show a segment of the video, and when I was looking at it, it was only about a 10, 15-second video where Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman and Alan Arkin are being interviewed, and a woman talks about being pregnant, and Morgan Freeman makes a comment and said something along the lines about how I wish I was there while he was looking her up and down, and you see him look down and up, but, again, I don't see the whole video of the entire video about from how the conversation started, what she asked, and so forth. Was he playful like that throughout the whole interview? One woman showed a video and claimed that Morgan Freeman was had made inappropriate comments before. To her, he said something specific, and while they didn't have that video, they had another video from when he was doing a press report from Now You See Me, and, he was being flirtatious with her, but, and sometimes, I don't know if flirtation now, I guess, flirtation is considered a form of harassment now, but then again, if we didn't flirt with women, if my dad didn't flirt with my mother, I wouldn't be here, but it's just, it's gotten to a real crazy point. Another allegation I saw was with his production company, Revelation Studios. They had a birthday party for him, and from what was in the report on Headline News, they stated that they asked all of the women at the party to stand in a circle while Morgan Freeman was went in between them and just looked at all of them up and down, and that was it. Now, my big thing is that, and I'm assuming all of these women who work there are adults, they weren't any children. How does somebody make you not so much go to a party, but make you stand up and stand in a circle without your permission? Like, how did that even start, if that even did happen? You didn't say anything about it then, and this was 5 years ago, 7 years ago, now we're reporting it? I just find that to be weird. But again, it goes on with this, and it's breaking news on CNN, which is what caught my attention. I was trying to look up actually about the Trump situation. Not that I really care about Donald Trump or his policies, and he's like a hurricane that I try to avoid, that you see coming to the mouth of the river. You do what? You evacuate. That's kind of how I look at him. But I was looking at what he was talking about with the NFL protesters and how the NFL just changed their anthem policy. That's actually why I was going on CNN. And so I saw this, and this was in the Reddit status bar as breaking news. And my thoughts are, really? Is this really the news? All the stuff we have going on where Trump is now saying he's reneging on his summit meeting with the North Korean president, with all of these shootings that we have going on throughout the country, these mass school shootings, the shootings, not just the mass school shootings, but the shootings of kids in Chicago, in New Orleans, in Miami, and Los Angeles, the police shootings that we have, the incident that happened with the brother who plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, Sterling Banks, who got arrested and was basically beaten for merely parking across a handicap, which is a traffic citation. And I saw the video. They had about 4 cops on this kid, all for a traffic violation. So a parking citation, really? This is necessary? It's just crazy, man. This is the world we've come to. And Morgan Freeman is the #1 leading story. This is why you can't trust national media. You can't trust NBC, CBS, ABC. It's just, with the Bill Cosby situation, they left out important information when they were reporting about the guilty verdict and the testimony at the trial. See, they don't mention when Constance testified, they'll portray it as she was assaulted and she wanted to get on with her life, but they don't mention the parts where she visited Bill Cosby after the assault at his home. They don't testify how she traveled to his concerts, how she got tickets to his concert tickets for her parents, how she gave him gifts. You didn't hear that on national media. You heard it, even the local channels talked about it in Philadelphia. They talked about it, but you didn't hear about that with NBC. You didn't hear about that with CBS and ABC. It's because they have something that they are trying to push, and they are pushing it well because we don't research, we don't read. So, as it goes with Morgan Freeman, I don't know all the details of it. Could he be a creepy old man? Possibly he could. Did he say, I'm sure when he sees young girls or girls that are younger than him who are attractive, just like I know older men who flirt with younger women. I mean, I don't think anything of it other than it just being flirtatious. But you trying to make the man out to be a sexual predator? I mean, I don't know. We got news that moves at the speed of light, guys. And another thing, too, what's interesting, Bill Cosby and Morgan Freeman worked together on the electric company back in the 70s. So, could he be getting some of that treatment that Bill has gotten? Possibly. I mean, we live in a go-get-'em society now. I told you before when I did my last few videos, the Me Too movement is arguably one of the most dangerous movements in America. It's a lynch mob. It's not to say that there isn't some validity to some of the cases, but they're just destroying men's career left and right over decades, allegations, some of which were not taken to court. Bill Cosby was never even taken to court on 50 of the allegations. These women waited past the statute of limitations. They had no physical evidence. There was no toxicology report to show that there was drug. Even in this case, it was her word against his. And he took her word because they felt, just based off the things that he was accused of from other people, they just put 2 and 2 together. And that's a problem when you're in the jury room, because by law, you're supposed to look at what the evidence shows in this particular case. What 5 other witnesses testified to, which Bill was not even on trial for rape, they shouldn't have even been allowed to testify. They were testifying to stuff and it was past the statute, to stuff that could not, or maybe not, didn't even happen. They admitted, they had prior arrest charges. One lady was arrested and prosecuted and pled guilty, I believe, for filing a false police report. She testified at the trial. She also had a history of prostitution. Janice Dickinson, we know who she is. She admitted she lied to sell a book So if she admitted that, what makes you think her testimony has any validity? And that same woman who said, "Do you remember me, Mr. Cosby?" She was the actual woman who got charged, if I'm not mistaken, for filing the false police report. This was in, I believe, New Mexico or Arizona, and it was recent. It was about well, not so much recent, but like 10 years ago. It wasn't no 40 years when she was charged with that. So when we have news that moves through the speed of sound now, as Dick Gregory once said, everything on the internet that's put on the internet is believed. I encourage everybody, first and foremost, let the facts come out and let's do the research. Let's see what it says. Because you never know. And I'll say this, with the Me Too movement, it has opened up my eyes and has made me even more careful now uh, with who I talk to and watching the things I say. Because I don't ever want to say something wrong where I'm saying something and I'm being funny, but someone can interpret that and think, "Oh, wow, you're a creep, you're a predator, and you're trying to do them wrong." So, you got to be careful. And, Bill Cosby, he needed to be careful. I don't think he thought he was the top dog, and, you know, every dog's got to be put to sleep. And it seems like they're doing it now with Morgan Freeman. You notice now they're not talking about Harvey Weinstein. They haven't talked about Stephen Collins. I haven't seen Judd Apatow come at Woody Allen and his legacy and the things he was accused of, like he did Cosby. You never heard that. So, brothers, just be safe. That's all I got to say, man. Watch what you say. Keep receipts of everything you do. If you mess with a girl and bring her over to your house, make sure you got spy cameras around in your house just to make sure it validates your story, because we're getting to this point where we're going to need consent forms just to make love to our women, even to girls we married with. You saw what happened with Reuben Foster, how his girl just lied and said he never hit her. But he could very well be disciplined by the NFL, because the NFL's policies on domestic violence since the Ray Rice incident, which was also bullshit, was to give you a 6-game suspended sentence. A 6-game sentence where you're suspended. You can't play for 6 games. You can't play for 6 games. You appeal it. You got to appeal it to the man who actually gave you the suspension, the commissioner. It's slave mentality that's going on. So we need to start standing up. We need to be careful. Just protect yourselves. That's all I got to say. That's my time. If you agree, please like and comment. Thank you. Peace out, guys.